Hello friends, welcome to lr.com. I am Vikas Munjal. In this video I will discuss what are the advantages of stored procedure. The first advantage is performance. When you create stored procedure, the performance of SQL queries increases. Then another advantage is maintenance. The maintenance of the applications are easier. And the third advantage is security. Objects can be secured using stored procedures. That is the work of DBA, and this option I will also discuss. So all these three advantages I will be going to discuss in this video. Before explaining you the advantages of stored procedure, I will explain you how a single T-SQL query is processed. So when you execute a query in SQL Server, 5 steps occur. So first step is parsing. What do you mean by parsing? Parsing means syntax check will take place. For example, if you write select from star table, so this statement is wrong, right? So this is called syntax checking. The second step which will take place during the query execution is resolve. The meaning of resolve is whether object exists or not. Here in SQL Server, objects are your table, stored procedure, triggers, views. All these things are treated as object. Let us consider one example. Suppose if you write select star from students, but in SQL Server your actual table was student, so you have done a spelling mistake. So this is an error. Syntactically this command is perfectly right. So parsing step was successful, but SQL Server was unable to resolve it because that particular object or table doesn't exist. Then the third step is optimize. Optimization means SQL Server will try to find out the best execution plan. Now question arises, what is best execution plan? Let's say you have written a join command in which you are joining table 1 with table 2 and then table 2 with table 3. Okay, table 1 has millions of records, table 2 has thousands of records, and table 3 has few hundred records. Now because you are joining first table 1 with table 2, then what will happen, that millions of records will be joined with thousands of records, so it will produce a big intermediate table. Then this big intermediate table will be joined with the third table which has few hundreds of records, so that is a very small table. So big intermediate table will join with the very small table and it will be going to produce a final result. It can be joined other way around also. In this case, first this table is joining with this particular table. So when this few hundred records will join with 100,000 of records, it will produce an intermediate table, but it will be the smaller than the previous result. So this intermediate table will be the smaller intermediate table and it will only join with the millions of records only one time. So if I join with other way around, then my performance will be faster. SQL Server will identify automatically which is the best execution plan and it will try to solve the query in the fastest manner. But if you have written a very complicated command, then SQL Server will solve the command the way you have written. Then the next option is compile. So in this case, what SQL Server will do, SQL Server will convert the execution plan into the machine code. So my machine code will be 010101, which is my binary code. Once the compiled execution plan is created, it also gets stored into the memory for the future use. And the last step will be execute, in which your compiled execution plan will be executed. Now I have told you that in the fourth step, that compiled execution plan is also stored in the memory for future use. What is the meaning of that? Its meaning is the second time when you run the same command, then SQL Server will use this compiled execution plan from the memory and just execute it. It means the second time it will not perform all the 5 steps like parsing, resolve, then optimize, then compile, and after that execute. It will straight away take the compiled execution plan from the memory and just execute it. So second time your query processing will be faster. Now I will explain you the concept of ad hoc commands. Your plain command is called ad hoc command. So SQL Server command, suppose you open SQL Server Management Studio and just write a simple command, select star from student where name is equal to John. So this kind of command is called an ad hoc command. But you can write the same command within a stored procedure as well. So I have written a stored procedure, create proc1 as select star from student where name is equal to John. Now this particular command is no longer an ad hoc command. Now after explaining you the ad hoc command, I am explaining you the first advantage of stored procedure, which is the performance. Now I am explaining you why stored procedures are better than ad hoc commands. The compiled execution plans of the stored procedures are also stored in the memory, and they are stored for a much longer time as compared to ad hoc queries. Because whenever SQL Server needs the memory, the execution plans of ad hoc commands which are stored in the memory are the first candidates to be removed from the memory. But the execution plans of the stored procedures are stored for a much longer time. It means when you write any command into a stored procedure, SQL Server gives value to the command. Now consider this image. Let's say this is a website. Here I have a text box and here I have a search button, and this is a grid view. In the text box I have typed restaurant and clicked on the search button. Then what happened, in the grid view I got the restaurant name and the addresses of those restaurants. All this data I have got from the SQL Server. Let's say this website is developed in .NET and the language which is used is C# programming language. So a C# programmer on the button click can pass a SQL statement to SQL Server. For example, if you see this image here, on the click event of the button, there is a command written select star from table where name is equal to restaurant. This command through the network will reach to the SQL Server. Now this is an ad hoc command. This ad hoc command will be processed in SQL Server, and after that it will be going to return the result. And then this result through the network, it will send back to the website and it will be displayed in the grid view. Now if you notice, there is one line which I am sending through the network. But now let us consider a situation where simultaneously lot of people are connected and open the website, and every client is querying SQL Server, and every client is sending thousands of SQL lines to SQL Server. So what will happen, and all these thousands of lines are going through the network. So it will put unnecessary pressure on the network and your network is getting choked. So to avoid the network pressure, what I can do, I can create a stored procedure like this. And this stored procedure will be created in the SQL Server. So if you notice, I have created a stored procedure, create this is the name of the procedure, and this is the parameter of the stored procedure, which is of string type, and I am writing select star from table where name is equal to parameter. So what will happen, in my website on the button click, I am just calling the name of the procedure. So this time I am not sending the complete command or the big code. I am just calling the stored procedure and passing the parameter as restaurant. So very less amount of data is passing through the network, and after that this stored procedure will be executed here and it will be going to return the result, and that result will be displayed to the client in the grid view. So in this way, if multiple clients come to your website and come to your website, so instead of sending a big amount of code, you are just sending a stored procedure name and the parameter list. So very less amount of data you are sending, so you are putting less burden on the network. So in this way also you can increase the performance. Now the another advantage which I am going to explain you is from the maintenance point of view. For example, this is your website. In the website, I have not created the stored procedure, and within the website, through my C# programming, I have embedded my SQL code. Now let's say a change requirement of SQL code has come. So there is a change in the business requirement, and now you have to modify the SQL code. So in that case, what will happen? You have to modify the code of the front end, and then you have to recompile the web page and deploy the web page again. But if you were using the stored procedure, then what would happen that through website you are just calling the stored procedure and you are modifying the stored procedure here at the SQL server level. So you are not modifying your website and recompile and deploy it. So in this way your maintenance is easier if you are creating the stored procedure. Now another advantage is security. This security is good from the DBA's point of view. Let's suppose there is a user called John who can select this student table. There is another user in SQL Server who is Pat, and he cannot select the student table. But he has the right to execute a stored procedure which is called proc1. And this proc1 is selecting the data from the student table. If suppose I don't write this condition, I just write create proc1 as select star from student. If Pat execute this stored procedure, he will get the error, because when Pat call the stored procedure is run under the rights of the Pat, and Pat doesn't have the select right on the student table. But this time I am creating a stored procedure and I am adding an extra statement which is with execute as John. So this time when Pat will execute the stored procedure, this stored procedure will run under the rights of John. So John already has the select right, so the Pat will be able to execute the stored procedure and he will be able to see the data from the table. So in this way, Pat doesn't have the direct select right on the student table, but indirectly still Pat is able to select the data from the student table. So that kind of security can also be implemented with the help of stored procedure. So these are the advantages of using stored procedure. Let me summarize. So first thing, I talked about the performance. So in performance I talked like execution plans are stored for a much longer time of the stored procedure, as well as there is less burden on the network if you are using the stored procedure. Maintenance wise, yes, because the if there is some change requirement come in the stored procedure, then you have to only change at the SQL Server level. You don't need to modify your website and C# code and redeploy it. So in that way the maintenance is easier, and also security. You can indirectly access the objects without having direct rights on the object. I am Vikas Munjal from LR.com. Thank you for watching this video.